Welcome on the channel Podcast with Owl. The Black Stars have continued their slump, and it's embarrassing. It's a disappointment that the team have failed to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations in 2025 Morocco, and it has taken an international embarrassment. And you've heard a lot of being discussed about the Black Stars with Michael Lahoud and the likes of Nigeria Koka discussing about the international embarrassment, the FA being, or the Federation being in the mess, the lowest dry spell ever for the Black Stars, dark places of which the Black Stars have taken the national team performances to. And for the first time in 20 years, the Black Stars will not be seen at the Africa Cup of Nations, which has been an embarrassment. Talking about the fact that the talent that the country produces, from the likes of Mohamed Kudus, Michael Essien, and the likes Sule Muntari, Stephen Appiah, Asamoah Gyan, the likes of Andre Dede Ayew, Jordan Ayew, and the likes. And with especially how this current football association have taken us to our lowest slump. Jonathan Wilson, who is a writer with The Guardian, has talked about the fact that the Black Stars or the national team of Ghana have wasted a lot of talent, especially failing to qualify for the Afcon with an embarrassing defeat from Sudan to Angola, and now failing to play and win in Angola. That's has deeply caused the Black Stars and the failure to make an appearance at the Afcon. And the Black Stars are going to be missing out. What awaits in the 2026 World Cup qualifiers, especially if Coach Otto Addo is going to be the man to continue as the one in the Dagwat. Is it going to be a very palatable story for the Ghanaian entire nation? Can the Black Stars of Ghana qualify to the 2026 World Cup? This 2025 Afcon qualifiers has shown us the way that Coach Otto Addo has simply shown that he's not the man. The Federation have shown that they can't do the job, and they've been in a mess. They've caused a lot of pain to Ghanaians. They've done a lot of damage to Ghanaian football. And we all are aware it has taken an international embarrassment. And for the first time in 20 years, the Black Stars of Ghana will not be making an appearance at the Africa Cup of Nations. And former Western midfielder Nigel Reo-Coker said this is totally inexcusable, and it is an embarrassment on the part of the Federation, on the part of the technical team, on the part of the players, on part of the entire team, that they've totally disappointed Ghanaians. And this is the international embarrassment that the Black Stars of Ghana have done to Ghanaians, and especially with this current football association, their technical team hiring up, and of course, vis-a-vis the performance of Coach Otto Addo.
Ghana not qualifying for Afcon, Nige, that is incredible. This is a Ghanaian side that they've been on the slide. They've been in just a really bad way. The last two Afcons, they've been one of the worst teams at Afcon. They're not unified. The Federation is in a mess. And when you talk about a dark, dark period for a national team, you talk about a dark, dark chapter for a federation like the Ghanaian Federation, Nigel, this has to be the darkest of them all.
It is the darkest. First time they haven't qualified since 2004. There has to be a clearing of the house process for me, because it's inexcusable. This is Ghana. They produce some of the top talented football players that we've seen. Talk about Michael Essien and right now Kudus. Like, there's so much talent there. And for them not to qualify, it's an absolute embarrassment. It's just that simple.
Is that result more on Ghana's shortcomings or more on the fact that we're just seeing African football as a whole, the level raising?
Lack of direction, shortcomings from Ghana. You know, when you talk about Africa as the continent, the North African sides have always done well. You look about Morocco, Algeria, not as much recently, Egypt, but for me, you know, Ivory Coast, Senegal, they're probably, I would say, the real standard bearers of African football right now. And the smaller nations are starting to even go, small nations like Cape Verde are starting to do well now. But for Ghana, for me, that is an embarrassment, because they are a powerhouse nation of African football, and not to qualify is an absolute embarrassment.
And his technical men. It has been an international embarrassment for the Black Stars of Ghana. Failing to qualify for the Afcon for the first time in 20 years is a big, huge embarrassment. This has been the podcast channel with our. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and let's keep the conversation going on. Thank you.